What do people secretly think about you, but they're not telling you? Hi, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today, that is the reading that we are doing. So even though they may want to keep their secrets, we're going to pry it out of them with our tarot cards. So it doesn't, it doesn't have to be cryptic. People can have these thoughts about you. They don't tell you because maybe they think you know, maybe they don't know you well enough, maybe they just met you, maybe it's just the impression that they get with the 30-second interaction that they have of you. But these are the things that people think about you, and they don't tell you because sometimes they don't even register it themselves. They just have a passing thought about you, and that's all the farther it gets. So this is a pick card reading, which means that you get to pick the card, the number, the deck, the object, and go to the timestamp down below. You use your intuition to choose what's right for you. Then I meet you at your reading because you click that timestamp. We go there. I pull cards, and then I use my intuition to read the cards for you. I did in kind of 3 steps. So we get some oracle messages, we get some tarot messages, and then at the very end, I do a relationship grid with all of the signs and to see what each sign might think about you. We bring out some interesting information because if you're having some, if you're interested in like an Aries, we can see what's going on with that Aries and what they're thinking about you. And given the information from the other cards, like what is your best strategy to, if we come up with any conflicts, like what we can do about it. Or, maybe you have a Capricorn at work and you're not really sure how to deal with them. Then, I pull that Capricorn card and we can get some advice about how they see you and moving forward. But the readings themselves aren't necessarily relationship related other than how people see you, and then it gets a little bit grittier and more because I do read it from like if this is a romantic interest, if this is a friend, if this is a coworker or family member, and sometimes they see you kind of in the same way and sometimes it can be a little bit different. Anyway, so that's how the reading breaks out. So just make sure if you're interested in a particular person and you know their sign, just stick around for that relationship grid. So now if you want to pick with objects, I'm going to be placing objects. So for group number 1, the object that goes on that card or with that group this is a black opal. And you can see the black here on the end. So, black opal. For group number 3, this is Howlite. Sorry, group number 2 is Howlite. Too many numbers. Yeah, I have 4. Group number 3, this is Lapis Lazuli. And group number 4, this is Septarian. So Golden Art Nouveau with Black Opal, Mystical Medleys with Howlite, Mystical Moments with Lapis Lazuli, Mystical Mondays with Septarian. If you're still not sure, I'm going to do a breathing exercise and I invite you to do that with me. I'm just going to close my eyes and take a deep breath in and release. And we're going to set the intention to get and receive the messages that you need to hear. Go ahead and take another deep breath in and release. And now open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. So I will see you at your reading. Hello, group 1. This is the black opal egg. Don't worry, I know you don't see your tarot deck, but I will get that out here in a moment. We're going to start with these cards to answer the question of what people secretly think of you. So they're either too afraid to tell you, or they think you know the vibes that you're projecting, or you know, they don't even fully register this. It's just a subconscious thing. So it's their subconscious kind of telling you, now that you're asking, like, what do you think of me? And very interesting here, we get peace, message in a bottle. We also get inventor and prophet. We get good things to come and divine timing. So I think that you give off maybe a guarded energy. Yes, at peace. I think you're somebody that, you know, is very pleasant to be around, but also that you maybe have a barrier around yourself where you don't put up with a lot of BS. You're not going to allow that. There's also some patience here with this divine timing and message in a bottle, and very wise energy with the prophet and the inventor. I think they see you as an introvert, somebody who is within their thoughts. So, and maybe even it's not here, but I am definitely getting some Aquarius energy. So if you're an Aquarius, or you might want to check your Aquarius placements, because Aquarius is one of those signs that is just like very independent, kind of like on another level with what they're thinking. You don't have to be an Aquarius, but that's the energy coming through, that you know, and maybe you're somebody who would buy gifts for yourself here as good things to come. So with prophet, like these are just archetype cards, and this one says take on the day with divinity, be a seer, use your influence well, feel all of the humanness and spirituality you have in you. I just want to read them because there's obviously writing here, and sometimes you don't, you know, fully see what that says. And then take on the day with real energy, be a builder, use your brilliance well, feel all of the intelligence and spirit you have in you. So definitely spiritual, and I see that with peace too. You might be somebody who takes you know, body as a temple is coming through. So you take meditation seriously. You might be somebody who is into yoga. If you're not, people think that you might be. You give off kind of, I don't want to say granola crunching vibes, but certainly somebody who wants the best for themselves and for their body, and you know, is seeking out those best things. You definitely seem like you know, with the prophet, inventor, and the message in a bottle, you seem like somebody who has more going on behind the scenes than they're letting out. And that might be why you kind of have like this bubble around you, this like guarded energy, because people are like, I wonder what's going on in that person's mind. Now, there may be nothing going on in your mind, but you give off those vibes that, and you probably are like, what? There's nothing going on here. But you know, compared to the general public, yeah, there's a lot. I just want to read what these say, good things to come. There are some amazing gifts coming for you. So gifts, not only like for you, but I feel like people look at you and think that you're gifted in some way. I can't see them now because I respect the general convention of not peeking under the wrapping paper, but they will show up when the time is right and when I'll remember how much fun it is to be surprised. So definitely see, I don't think there's a lot of things that surprises you though. And just like, you know, this card is supposed to be kind of funny, and it is, because, you know, you see the gifts in front of you because you think about it, you meditate on it. You see patterns, you're able to like project out into the future, and you're probably a deeper thinker than most of the people around you. That's why I'm getting like that Aquarius, maybe air sign energy. Also, message in a bottle, and this talked about it as well. And even this divine timing here, the whole aspect of patience. You might be somebody who I was reminding everybody, just wait, it's coming, just wait, it will be okay, everything will be okay. And certainly this peacefulness to this energy, this vibe of that you transmit of like this calm, cool, calm, collected energy. Divine timing, everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly, I release my concern over time and let things happen when and as they will. I trust in the divine schedule makers now, what they're doing, or they know what they're doing, sorry. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. So yeah, they certainly humor in these cards, but that might be a little bit lost on you because I think you come across as, you know, a little bit serious, like that deep thinker. You probably have jokes that are very either they're dad jokes, you appreciate puns, or are very cerebral, like somebody has to think about it. You have your own kind of set of jokes there that you know, just to add that little bit of interest. Let's get some tarot cards out. I hate to put these away because they're so pretty and so good, but we're gonna put them away over here and get some. What else do people think about group one? What other vibes are they giving off? Hermit. Yeah, introvert, I said that. You guide your own way, your own light. You make things look easy. Oh, look at this. all of the vibes. One more here for group one. Yeah, look at this card here. I just want to, like, this is about meditation, and then you've got this peace card here. Like, ooh, I just want to, oh, there we go. So you can kind of see, like, she's meditating, she's resting. You're somebody who will take a moment for yourself. I don't want to say treat yourself, but you would take spa days or mental health days or mental health breaks, or if you need to take a break from somebody, you will. And that is very, very powerful. Most people don't know how to do that. And people might think this about you because they're the cause of issues. They're the cause of problems. And you're putting up boundaries around them. Even this Nine of Wands, like, but it's interesting because the Nine of Wands, it comes out in reverse. You can see how like bandaged up or banged up this person is trying to put up their boundaries. I think it's pretty easy for you. I think you're somebody who is on another level spiritually here with the Hermit and the High Priestess, where it's like, you know what, our energies just don't vibe. And it's not like you really ghost somebody, but if they're like, you know, you just can't be involved in their drama, involved in their chaos. You might watch from a distance. They might want to come to you for advice, and you would probably give them advice too, but you're not somebody to mess around with. Like, if you give them advice and they don't take it, you're not going to take their call next time. And because you know, your peace of mind and your peace is really important to you, and it's more important to you than getting involved in drama. I think at one time you were probably a peacemaker or a people pleaser, but you've evolved and you've grown from that, and you're not afraid to be alone with your own thoughts. Gosh, there was some video I was watching about an experiment where people were left alone in a room with like nothing, and there was like a button that shocked themselves, and that was the only like stimulus they could get. And this is an older experiment, but there were people who would rather shock themselves to get that kind of feedback than be alone with their own thoughts. That's not you, but you put but that's kind of like an evolution though, where you have evolved to, you know, even your thoughts, like you're very You're not gonna, of course, we all have this negative thinking and we all have negative thoughts that cross our mind, but you have evolved to be like, nope, not today, Satan. That's not going to be in my scope. That's not going to be in my mind. I'm letting that go. It's not going to be something that bothers me. And you certainly, even if something does bother you, you are somebody who people look at and think nothing bothers them. I don't think you're somebody, you wouldn't put like your negative drama on Facebook. And if you, like, there are those people who are like, they just have like those leading questions about, oh gosh, I can't even think it in my mind because I'm channeling your energy. But, you know, like those drama posts where they leave it all ambiguous and they can't, because they want people to ask them, oh my gosh, what's happening? Are you okay? What's going on? That annoys you. And you probably were at first somebody who was like, what's going on? You know, call me if you need me, blah, blah, blah. And then you realize like that person doesn't want to change. So, you know, you can't do anything for them. The best thing you can do for them is be an example. And you're a very good example. And because I think there are people who look at you and think they wish they could be like you. They want to find that inner peace. They don't really want to find that inner peace. A lot of people don't, but they say they do. Maybe they'll get it eventually. Maybe they will, because you've evolved. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they evolve. Let's get a relationship grid out. So if you are asking about a particular person, what they think about you, we'll get a relationship grid of different signs and see how different signs view you. I also want to say there's nothing particular in here about love or relationships. So if you're wondering about how, you know, somebody sees you who might be a particular love interest, I think they hold you in very high regard, but I don't think that they know that you have a crush on them or that they're interested in, you know, that there's a mutual interest, okay? So you might need to let your guard down to tell them that if this is asking about love. Message in a bottle. You can't keep it all bottled up. You have to like communicate that want or that desire. But everything else is just about, because I think you're okay with being patient, but sometimes your patience comes across as you're not interested. So it may not be developing or unfolding because your crush or that other person that you're interested in doesn't think that you feel the same way about them. Because all of these cards are very kind of, they're about you know, your own light, your own energy, your own thoughts, your own intuition, master of your own emotions, master of all of these things. So, but when you have your emotions bottled up, then, you know, other people aren't getting that message from you. So you might want to think about, if you are trying to create a connection and you're not sure how they feel about you, all of these are very positive things about you, but none of them is about a connection. None of them is about connecting with that other person. So let's get the signs out here and then we'll pull a card for each sign. All right, so group one, here is our grid. So we're going to get a little bit further information about how each sign sees you. And if you know like your person's sign, well, I mean, you'd be interested if you knew their sign, but moon and rising would also be helpful to get a full picture. Yes, be that person who asks somebody's birth date, time, and location so you can get that info. Anyway, Oh, and if you're interested in what sun, moon, rising means, let me know. I'll do a video on it. So Aries over here. Aries feels like there's some gossip going on either behind your back or their back. I don't think Aries thinks that you like them, and they kind of feel maybe intimidated by you, and that's why they feel like they need to run their mouth a little bit. You know, when you have that energy of, you know, you don't put up with BS, you put that boundary around yourself, what happens is when somebody approaches you and they don't have their blank together, they don't have themselves together, it can cause a little bit of jealousy, it can cause a little bit of intimidation, and that's what it seems like is coming out here with Aries with the 10 of Swords, that there's somebody talking behind your back, and it's probably an Aries. Taurus, we get the 9 of Pentacles. I think this is supposed to be upright. Taurus really respects you. They respect your independence. They think you're a self-made person. They really see you as independent and beating to your own drum. But again, like if you're interested in a Taurus, you know, if Taurus is your boss or coworker, perfect. Like Taurus is all about it. But if Taurus is your love interest, well, they kind of see you off doing your own thing and strong, independent person. You don't need no relationship. Gemini, but it doesn't mean it can't translate to that. That's certainly a great quality. You just need to let them know you were interested. So Gemini and group 1, how does Gemini see group 1? Card for Gemini energy and group 1. Gemini, we have, this is the 6 of Wands. So Gemini looks up to you. And I think there's a mutual respect here about you looking up to them. They are like, they see your successes as their successes. They're really invested. They want to honor you. So it's a really good energetic match here with Gemini, like a lot of fun energy, fiery energy, playing off of each other, you know, hyping each other up. Really good. And then you in Cancer, we get, this is the Queen of Pentacles. So again, like a lot of people really see you as like somebody who is very successful, somebody who's very focused, somebody who is really into, you know, you might be into yoga, or they think that you're into like eating healthy and all about, working out, and they respect you, very respected for that, and somebody who can balance things out, you know, work, play, your independence, a lot of independence energy here. Leo, we get the 4 of Cups with Leo. Leo is kind of, you know, these fire signs are kind of stuck on, they need a little bit more energy from you. They need a little bit more reinforcement from you. The 4 of Cups is kind of like that meh. So you can come in and win Leo over for sure, but they're looking at some past things. And even our Aries is kind of stuck in the past and what has happened, and some bad, a little bit of bad energy there. And whether that was, you know, they thought they would get a little, because like when we had those like cards about you being independent and you being like, they want to play with you, and they were turned off in some way where you either, you know, you had your own thing going on and you were really busy, but they took it the wrong way. Okay, Virgo and our group 1. What does Virgo? Ooh, and we get 2 cards. Yeah, look at this. Some more Pentacles cards. They think that you have great ideas. That goes back to, ooh, and they are very attracted to you. So if you're asking about a Virgo, your Virgo is really interested. You know, this is the Devil card. But in relationships, you know, they could be a secret admirer. They could be hopefully you want that. If you don't want that, be careful. Virgo might be stalking your accounts here. So you just need to, but it is certainly like a very kind of sexual energy. And then they would like to start some new things with you. Libra, how does Libra feel about group 1? We've got the 7 of Cups. So Libra isn't quite sure. Like, they are very interested in you. They think that, you know, there's a lot of opportunities here, but they're not quite sure how to define it. There's a little bit of, and it's probably because, again, like that energy, like you could you come off as a little standoffish. So if you're interested in a Libra, Libra is excited about that, excited about these opportunities, excited about creating a connection with you. They're just not sure like which way it would go. They don't know if you friend zoned them or if it's just a friendship, or, you know, if it could go further into a romantic partnership. And then we get the Queen of Swords. Look at these queen energies coming out here for these water signs. So water signs really look up to you. Scorpio sees you as somebody who really kind of speaks your mind, kind of no nonsense, is kind of blunt. If you're interested in a Scorpio, this energy can transform into something more. We've got the butterfly here. It can move into something more. And it's funny that, you know, the Queen of Swords comes out because she is somebody who I really do see as draws like healthy boundaries around herself. And she's, you know, doesn't put up with that BS that we were talking about. So Sagittarius, we get the Ace of Cups. So if you are interested in creating something with a Sagittarius looks like they're a little bit more open than the other fire signs. Not that these guys wouldn't be. It's, you know, we talked about solutions to the way that they might view you. Yeah, beautiful energy. So relationships with Sagittarius looks like they're flowing, looks like they're open. Remember, they see you as somebody who fills your own cup first. So it's not like they think that you're taking energy away from them. They understand that you need to feel a certain way before you push love or affection onto somebody else, and they respect that. Capricorn, what do we have for Capricorn? Capricorn, we get the 9 of Swords. So very interesting that Capricorn is very similar to our Aries energy over there, because that's 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords. There's something about you that gives Capricorn a little bit of anxiety. So it's probably, they just need to be reassured. And again, I'm getting kind of the same vibe where you intimidate them in some way, because you have that boundary up, remember? So that boundary kind of reflects back the energy that they're putting out. So Capricorn's energy may not have themselves together all the way. So when they approach you, it makes them feel intimidated. So just keep that in mind when you're dealing with a Capricorn, that you might need to, you know, and Capricorn is used to kind of being the star, but you have so much, like, you come off as very confident that it bothers them. So you might, like, if you're like, these seem kind of like fake smiles, you know, might be some tension here where you might need to just, you know, touch their forearm and reassure them and go from there. Aquarius, how does Aquarius feel about our group number 1? They see you as somebody who's very strong, and then look, this the High Priestess came out again here for you. So they see you as somebody who's very strong, independent. Remember, I said that you looked like you had some Aquarius energy there, where you kind of go your own way and think your own way, and they see you as very independent and strong too. So it could be a very good match with you guys. They think you're somebody who really trusts your own intuition. And then Pisces, group 1, and Pisces, how does our Pisces see group 1? How would a Pisces see group 1? Look at this. some more Pentacles energy. They see you as if somebody who works really hard. You're a very hard worker. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I think they see you as somebody who works smarter, not harder though. This is Seven of Pentacles, that you are not afraid to jump into that process. And again, remember we had patience as one of those things that came through. And so this is one of those cards, but not necessarily anything related to love, but it's a very good energy that you can, spur into like a love situation. But if you're working with a Pisces, like your Pisces is happy to work with you. So that's what I have for you, group 1. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know in the comments if it was. Thanks, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 2. Don't worry, I know you don't see your tarot deck here, but the Howlite is here, the 2 is here. We are going to get these cards out first, and then I will bring in your deck and shuffle it and find out all the good information that we have about what people think about you, but they don't want to tell you, or they just, just think of it and they don't even think about telling you. Or they just, and kind of like sometimes people think things and they don't even, like they subconsciously think them and they don't even really understand why they're thinking it. So here are the vibes I was going to say, but we've got positive thinking, positive vibes that you're putting out. And interesting that we've got positive vibes over here over darkness. So we've got long night moon darkness. We've got tick-tock. Ups and downs, we've got alchemist, sage, and then we've got positive thinking. So, sometimes when I see darkness, I kind of get like a goth kind of vibe. You may have been a goth at one point, but now it seems like you've evolved it a little bit, or maybe you're one of those goth people who just wear purple instead of black, or all pink, something like that. But what I'm really seeing, especially with the ups and downs and the TikTok, is kind of like, and look at the images here between the darkness and the TikTok. These are two different decks, but it's almost, we've got like almost a sun here and a moon here. So there's a lot of balance. People see you as very, very balanced. Even with the ups and downs, like you take on challenges and you're able to roll with it. And I think you're somebody who likes structure. People look at you and they think that you're structured here. But if something goes off plan, it doesn't faze you. It doesn't look like it phases you anyway. And you might be yelling at me, yes, it does. But this is how others see you. Sage and alchemist, very wise, innovative, independent, honesty. I feel like you're not afraid to give people negative feedback or negative comments. I think you'll do it in a very positive way though, so a very balanced way. And the sage here, it says take on the day with real honesty, be a truth finder. I think the truth is important to you and you are not afraid to delve into some of the negative things to find it. Sometimes people want to know things, and then if it doesn't correlate with their worldview, they ignore it. But you're somebody who is more, you're coming across as more of a realist, even though we've got sage and alchemist here. Use your knowledge well, feel all of the independence. Independence is something also that's coming across here, and truth you have in you. Alchemist, take on the day with real possibility, be a believer, use your crazy ideas well, feel all of the motivation and innovation you have in here. So certainly crazy ideas, just because other people maybe don't get it, or because these ups and downs, like I feel like you're able to just roll with the punches or go when things go off the rails, because you can see things in a different way that other people just isn't normal for other people. You're not you're not normal. That's a good thing. Positive thinking is, so again, very interesting when we've got the darkness and we've got the TikTok. Again, I feel like you're somebody who can face the negativity, face the harshness, and help others really feel better about the situation. There is something about when you see a situation coming on and you face like the worst possible manifestation of that situation, how you're able to pick yourself up by your bootstraps and move forward and move on. There's something very positive about that. There's a lot of people who are in denial, and I feel like you are a realist here. Even though you got this kind of like out of the box thinking thing. It's because you're a realist that you're able to find those out of the box solutions. And it's really a positive thing for people who are around you. This positive thinking, it came out in a reading recently. It, to me, really makes me think, because she's watering the positive thoughts in her brain. It's because you see the negative, you know where the negative is. You don't necessarily give it energy, you're giving the positive things energy. The grass isn't greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it, and you will take a situation and make the best of it. The card says, in the garden of my mind, I water the good thoughts and weed out the bad ones. I throw in forgiveness and empathy, seeds of helpful if I want, and I take a lawnmower to jealousy and resentment patch. I'm a pretty badass mind gardener. I think that you do experience jealousy and resentment, but I don't think it's something other people would think you experience. I think you're very good. Like if somebody shows up and they've got a brand new car and you're like, oh, I kind of like that car. I wish I had that car. But then you recognize that negative thought, that jealousy, and you're like, you know what, there's no reason for me to be jealous. I'm not in competition with this person. I need to be happy for them, because them having it is proof that I could have it if I want it to. So you're able to take those types of thoughts and spin it into positivity, and that's why people like having you around, because you see that negative thing and you work it into a positive. Sometimes you do it under the surface, but because that's why. And sometimes you like explain your process to other people and they're like, yeah, I like that. So you influence other people in a very positive way. Ups and downs. I see my life as an incredible ride and I'm lucky to be on it. So adventurous spirit also coming through here. And I think that comes out with this positive, this possibility, the crazy ideas, and the motivation here with the alchemist, because there is something very kind of magical about you as well that you put out. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what make things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes a good story. You're somebody who will look back at a situation where it wasn't perfect and laugh and be happy and be, in that moment, like things come up, but you realize that in the long run, that's what's going to make it memorable. That is what's going to, really teach you a life lesson. Really, that which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You're not afraid to get into that gritty negative situation. So many people, because they try and try and try to avoid things, they get themselves in it because they ignore it. You don't ignore things. You're like, yep, I see that situation is right there. I'm just going to keep my hand on it while I navigate away from it or around it. And that reminds me too of 4-H. Stay with me here. Little kids have these big animals like horses or cattle. And when you are navigating around a horse, one of the things that, you need to groom your horse, or you need to groom your cow or whatever, and you're moving around them, one thing that they tell you to do is to always keep your hand on that animal. because then you're in touch with that animal. The animal knows where you are, you know where they are, and it is almost counterproductive or counterintuitive almost, that when you are around the backside of an animal, like a horse, you have your hand, like the closer you are to it, the less you will get hurt if they kick. First of all, you usually have your hand on them so they know where you are. Secondly, because you're closer to them, if they kick you, you don't get the full weight or the full power of that kick. A lot of people will like move away from that animal like 2 feet. You're going to get blasted if you're that far back, because you're not really in tune, in touch with the whole situation, and you're going to get hurt. So you are somebody who has a pulse on the negative, has a pulse on that shadow side, has a pulse on what could happen, and you're fully aware of what could happen, and you're not, I wouldn't say you're not afraid of it, because sometimes things in life that can happen are very, very scary. But because you're aware of that situation, you're able to make it a positive one. You're able to take this chaos and kind of order things out of chaos with this TikTok. That's where that's coming in. Okay, let's get some, let's just put these away. Not really away, I'm just gonna put them over here. And then we're gonna get these out. And what else can you tell us about group 2? What do people think about group 2, but they're not telling them? Queen of Pentacles. What else can you tell us about group 2? Justice. So very much a sense of justice. Justice is also a like almost like a balance, but a black and white kind of thing. It's interesting that you picked this hematite because it is black and white, you know, and those other cards were about a balance. I'll get that, grab it in a second. We also have Ace of Swords here. This is an interesting Ace of Swords. And then we've got Queen of Cups in King of Cups in reverse, sorry. So King of Cups, this is actually a positive thing here in your reading in reverse. King of Cups is often seen as somebody who is kind of like on their own little ocean, their own little island. They are insulating themselves from other people. They're insulating themselves from emotions, but we have it here in reverse. So what I'm feeling from this and your other cards and reading them together is that you get into the situation. You're not afraid to get your hand dirty, and you're not afraid to go after justice. Interesting that we have two, you know, the swords energies here. You use your voice to let, you know, you're not afraid to tell people how it is or what they need to hear. And sometimes it can be like a little brutal. You have to cut some things off the top because you are fully aware of the full negativity of a situation. It blooms for you though. It works for you. When we've got the Queen of Pentacles here, you come off as somebody who is focused like on making money. You're focused on and the Queen of Pentacles also is like the quintessential working mother. She balances out her job. She's very successful there, but she's also like very successful at home. So both of these cards, the Queen of Pentacles and Justice, talk about that balance. Justice is interesting also with all of your other cards in this reading, because it often talks about justice being blind, because she's a lot of times blindfolded, right? And she has the scales. The thing is though, Justice isn't blind. She sees all. And I love this one in particular because she has like that third eye here. So very much all seeing, kind of all knowing, but you're all seeing, all knowing because you are able to look at the negative and then react to what you need to do on the negative. You're not afraid to start over from scratch if you need to start over from scratch. You will assess a situation and, you know, I know emotionally I don't want to start over because I put so much time into going into this situation the way that it is. But man, I gotta cut bait. I gotta let go. I gotta start over. I gotta do something new. And you're somebody who knows that you're not starting over from scratch. You're starting over from experience, and you give that confidence, and you give off that energy of experience in a situation, even if it's something you've never been in before, just because you're looking at it from a different, from that higher perspective, from the full scope of it, from that full scope or perspective. So this is interesting too, group 2, very much like group 1. None of these cards particularly speak about relationships. So if you are asking about a particular person, I'm going to do a relationship grid here, already, planning on putting out every sign and then getting a feel of what a particular sign might think of you, knowing what we know here now. But nothing is really giving off like warm and fuzzy vibes. Like it's all, very positive, of course. But well, let's get into that relationship grid and see how, we'll get into like what a particular sign might think about you. And if you are interested in creating a relationship with somebody of that sign, like we'll get advice on how to carry forward. All right, group 2. So this is what I mean by a relationship grid. You should know the sign, and to get a full picture, the sun, moon, and rising of whomever you are particularly asking about. If you're asking about multiple people, like maybe coworkers, just knowing their sign is good enough. And yes, you should absolutely be that person in a relationship who asks what somebody's birth date, time, and location is, so you can get the sun, moon, and rising. We need to normalize that. And if you're interested in what like sun, moon, and rising mean, let me know, because I think I'm going to make a video on that if that's something you'd be interested in. So first card coming out here for Aries, how Aries sees you. Interesting. Look at this. We get the King of Cups again. So they see you as somebody who's very mature with your emotions. They don't see you as being like overly emotional one way or the other. They're very in control of your emotions. So Aries wise, like emotions, Cups cards are always good in relationships. So they do get like a warm and fuzzy feeling from you. If you are interested in an Aries, though, you might want to give them a sign, because the King of Cups, like you're in control of your emotions, so they get that, but they might see you as a little bit maybe unapproachable. Taurus, so group 2, how does Taurus see our group 2? And this is the this is another Cups card. This is the Page of Cups. So again, some more emotions, some more like Taurus really feels like they could start something with you. They really feel like, this could go someplace. Taurus really feels like they could start something with you with the Page of Cups here. Notice there is a little fish in this cup. That means that there's something a little bit magical, like they feel like almost anything can happen. And Cups is about emotions, very positive in relationships. So very magical. They see you as magical. They see you as somebody who, they would like to get to know a little bit better. How does Gemini see our group 2? Gemini we have the Star card. So beautiful. There's a lot of hope here for Gemini. So Gemini, again, very, very magical energies coming in. They see you as somebody, the Star card is all about hope. They see you as somebody they can connect with on like a very higher spiritual level. Cancer, whoa, comes out right away here, how Cancer sees you. They see you as very fair. They see you as very balanced. If you are interested, like this would be a great work situation. They see you as somebody who is decisive and makes decisions and is very logical. But if it's you want a relationship with Cancer, you might need to give them a little bit of nudge there. Leo, how does Leo see our group 2? 2. Leo sees our group 2 as a fighter, as a survivor, as somebody, again, you're not afraid to mix it up and look at the worst part of a situation. But they also see you as somebody who might have boundaries up and they're not quite sure. You may have intentionally or unintentionally may, you know, hurt them a little bit here if they wanted to approach you and you weren't quite on the same level as them, like didn't quite understand what they were asking for, what they wanted to put in, you know, that they were like interested in you, and there's a little bit of wound here with those boundaries. So just be aware that Leo might feel like you have wounded them, and if you are, you know, we have misunderstandings all the time, so Leo might need a little bit of a nudging from you. Virgo. Sometimes we want Leo to feel that way though. Virgo, how does Virgo feel about group 2? Virgo would love, you know, both of these earth signs are like, ooh, new opportunity, possibility. The possibilities are endless. This is starting something new. This is starting something beautiful. It's interesting, the little dog here is like, hey, I'm warning you, you're walking off a cliff. So either you're warning Virgo about things or they're warning you about things, but it looks like a good like partnership, fidelity. That's what Fido, the dog, comes from, fidelity. So, you know, that partnership, that's an interesting partnership with the Fool. The Fool is somebody who would start something new, and it's again, new and fresh, beautiful energy. Libra in group 2, how does Libra see our group 2? We get the Page of Pentacles. If you're interested in starting a business with Libra, or if you're a work situation with Libra, beautiful, perfect. I'm somebody who feels like you should be on the same level in a relationship about money. Of course, we do need some interest there. We need a little bit of love interest. We need some feelings. We need some chemistry. But a money situation, you and Libra are very compatible in that way. Libra is the sign that's related to justice. It is the sign of balance. So that's a positive there too with a Libra. Is Scorpio for group 2? If you're interested in starting, what does Scorpio feel about group 2 in relationships? They feel like, let's look at these 2s over here in the water signs. They feel like you're juggling things. Again, like both of these are kind of about balance. At least the Swords is moving in the right direction, the same direction. Scorpio doesn't think that you see them. They think that you're, you know, too concerned about work, and you're balancing work really well. If this is a work situation, you're working with a Scorpio, perfect. If you're trying to start a relationship with Scorpio, you need to let them know that they are just as important to you as your money is, because right now they're not feeling the warm and fuzzies from you. Sagittarius, group 2 and Sagittarius, we get, oh, sneaky vibes here with Sagittarius. Sagittarius doesn't know if they can trust you. There's something about you or maybe them that's off. So if you're in a relationship with Sagittarius and you feel like there's something off, or you feel like there's something doing something behind your back, that's what this card is. It's the kind of like I'm doing what's best for me. So either Sagittarius feels like you're not really invested in a relationship with them because you're following your own passion and you're not taking them into consideration, or vice versa. Capricorn and group 2, Capricorn, we get, this is the, that is Temperance. Temperance, again, look at all of these balance cards. In everybody sees you as very well adjusted and very balanced, and you have your emotions in balance and in check and under control. What that means though with a Capricorn and a relationship, like it is a very positive sign. It's very positive, very hopeful. It's, if they aren't in your life right now and you want them to be, again, you might need to do a little bit of nudge, because they They think that maybe they don't fit in with everything that you've got going on because you already have everything under control. And but I do love, especially in the Temperance card, like we've got 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot in the water. And Capricorn is an earth sign, so they do see very, you know, positive emotions around you. Aquarius group 2, ooh, this is interesting. Aquarius wants to take things to the next level. This is what's the card called? It's hearing a call, it's bringing things to the next level. It is, so like if you're in a relationship with Aquarius, your friend zone, they would like it to escalate further. They would like to, you know, do more with this relationship. They're hearing a calling, they're hearing this bell from you. But this is definitely a card of evolving. They see your relationship evolving and getting deeper and getting maybe more spiritual and closer to you. Pisces, and then we have Pisces. What does Pisces? How does Pisces see group 2? Pisces, ooh, Pisces, yeah, your relationship with Pisces, they're concerned with the how it's built. So Pisces not necessarily seeing you in the best light right now. They are concerned because, like, where Aquarius, these brighter days, this is an interesting juxtaposition of cards here. Like, Aquarius sees some issues and brighter days, and you know, it's really also interesting with how your cards were with the dark side and the positive side. Like, Aquarius is into that. The dark side and the positive side for Pisces, they're like, I don't know, I don't trust that. I don't trust this person who there's just something that they're not like putting their finger on, and the current relationship they don't feel like is built on a great foundation. So that is what I have for you, group 2. I hope that you are doing well. Sending you lots of love, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here with me. Hello, group 3. If you picked the Lapis Lazuli, it's right here. Your tarot deck will come out in a moment. We're going to do these cards first, and then that, and then we'll do a relationship grid. So we have the Void, and then we have Clean It Up. We also have Hero and Mystic, and we've got Connection and Strength. So very interesting. You seem like you're somebody who shines when things get tough. You're somebody that people look to for strength, and you seem like somebody would describe you, or maybe you would even describe yourself as somebody who's gone through the dark night of the soul. I can't believe I didn't remember that for a second, because there's like a reawakening here. There's like a reopening here. There's like you've been through it, and you're not, what it has done is it makes it easier for you to connect with other people. You, however, are not about negative energy. You will cleanse that. You will release it. You will let it go. You're able to release things. You're able to guide other people on how to not manipulate, but how to, you know, go through their life and release things. I'm getting that kind of, I forget her name, but she's the person online, and I think she's on like one of the home networks, where she's like, if you hold something, and then if it doesn't bring you joy, is it Marie Kondo? Something like that. If it doesn't bring you joy, then you need to release it and let it go. She does that with things. She does that on like decluttering, but you're also about, you know, you might be drawn to that type of architecture, like that simplicity, like that very Japanese type of architecture. If you know what I'm talking about, post it down below in the comments and roast me, that's fine. But that just really uncluttered. Otherwise, it is something about your mindset of uncluttered, because there is a certain type of focus, but also you're able to focus on other people. Other people see you as somebody that they can connect to. So, dark moon, the void. I know it sounds really cryptic, but it's not. It's kind of like the opposite of the full moon. Well, the full moon, like everybody knows when the full moon is, right? And actually, the full moon has a way of kind of bringing out craziness. But the void is the flip side of that. It's the opposite of that. It's when there's no moon in the sky. And while it seems kind of dark, it's also, I feel like there's a clarity about it, especially with you, where you seem like maybe there's a little bit of mystery, especially when we've got mystic for sure. There's mystery behind you, but you seem like you know what you're doing. Like you seem like you are pointed in the right direction. You seem like you have things together, even if people don't know what that is. They can't quite put their finger on it, that certain je ne sais quoi kind of thing about you. The void is full of potential, because we can go anywhere from here, you know, and you have that type of potential, especially with the mystic and the hero. And the hero is usually somebody who's like been through it. Then we've got clean it up, that cleansing energy, that I feel like if you don't resonate as a starseed, like people see you as that, the people come in here come into you or come to you with their clutter and their negative energy, and you help them set it right. You help them put things together. You help them really like maybe organize things, organize thoughts, organize spreadsheets, organize a work situation. Maybe you're not the best housekeeper and you're wondering like, why is clean it up here? But you've got other things under control, or you really look like from the outside looking in that you know what you're doing and you've got it under control. Let's talk about these archetypes. So we've got mystic and we've got hero. Take on the day with real transformation, be enigmatic, use your sight well, feel all of the magic and mindfulness you have in you. So certainly an element of magic, that mindfulness of other people. You're very mindful of other people, and transformation. That's why I was saying that dark night of the moon is, or why do I say dark night of the moon? Probably because these are moon cards. Dark night of the soul, that you have been through a transformation. You aren't the same person you were before. You have definitely changed. Somebody who knew you in high school and knows you now. Maybe somebody who knew you last week and knows you now. You have completely transformed, and you're not afraid of that. You're not afraid of change. You're not afraid. And in fact, you're like welcoming it, and you're evolving and becoming, you're somebody who would gravitate towards becoming a better version of yourself. And I think that's what the cleanup and the potential of creating like new spaces for yourself is. Then we have the hero. Take on the day with real goals, be an example, use your conviction well, feel all of the courage and nobility you have in you. So there's definitely a huge amount of courage, because you've pulled yourself up. You know what it's like to be, and people see that and gravitate towards that, because when they're down, they see that, they look at you and think, you know, how strong you are. They look at you and see you as an example. They look at you and they see you as a hero. They want to be like you. They want to emulate you, because you have been through what they have been through. You know what it's like to transform. You know what it's like to be where somebody is, where they're not like their best self in that moment, and you don't look at them at being as judgmental about that. You look at them and you are there to help them in the way that they need the help, not the way that, well, you should do it this way. You know, because you understand that everybody is different, and you see people, you see like the potential in other people, and people love that about you, and they're gravitating towards you because of that. yeah, and the whole goals thing, I think that comes into like the clean it up, because you have those goals, you have like a path that you want to go down. Doesn't mean that things don't get like messed up. You're okay with that. But you certainly seem like somebody who has a vision, a visionary, and who's moving up. Just even, you know, I know this is a clean it up card, and, you know, this is a feather duster, but this is like a trajectory here, this trajectory of up, this evolution, this almost like third dimension to fifth dimension kind of thing. Connection. I'm connected to the multitudes and I can access their support at any time. Yes, you can access their support, but you're also there for them to access your support. Being around other people is really important for you. You might be an extrovert, but if you wouldn't consider yourself an extrovert, certainly other people see you as somebody who will connect and gets, you know, power from that positive energy of connecting with other people. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is wanting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. Right, because you are somebody who, just in passing with strangers, you uplift them with your energy. Now you can do the opposite. So that's where the reminder comes in here, because you do project, like, usually you project the strength, usually you project the positive energy, so you know, that rubs off on other people. This is, it's a bonus card. So you are hereby declared a strong, resilient warrior of heroic proportions. Interesting that this says heroic proportions, and you also got the hero, so that's a huge archetype for you, that hero archetype. Enjoy your battles wherever they are, because you're guaranteed to come through them stronger, brighter, more compassionate, and based on what I know of mythology, probably with great hair and a six-pack. So certainly this came through, I think, in the first reading, where whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that is something that you kind of like live by, or at least other people can see you and really know you've been through something, and that you just have gotten better and better and stronger through it. Now, it doesn't mean that it's easy to go through those things as you're going through them. It's not. It's absolutely not. Now, other people probably look at you and think that it's easy, but you can easily make connections with other people, and because other people are drawn to you, they're drawn to your strength, they're drawn to this hero archetype. But again, there's a little bit of mystery behind here, that they're not quite sure what to think of you or what to put their finger on. They see it as more magic though, so it's not like it's anything negative. It's a very positive, magical energy that comes along, and you just represent yourself as somebody who's very goal-oriented and who has it together. Let's get the tarot cards out. I don't want to put these away, but we're gonna put them over here and see what other messages we have coming through. How do people see our lovely group 3? How is group 3 seen by other people? We get 2 of Wands reversed. Okay, I kind of have an idea where this is going. Group 3 and group 3. Okay. How is this one oriented? 4 of Cups. We get the Devil, we get the Queen of Swords. I feel like you say things very kind to other people. This Devil energy is really interesting that it comes out. I feel like, and the 4 of Cups, there seems like there's a certain kind of sadness around you sometimes. Like people are drawn to that when they have their own kind of sadness. So, and I almost think though that I feel like you're the goose in this situation, where you come in and Yeah, you're seeking out other people with sadness. People with vices, they don't bother you. And you have an openness about you. Where you're not intimidating to talk to. And that's where I'm feeling like the Queen of Swords is very, sometimes she can be kind of standoffish. And I'm not really seeing that about you, or she can be very judgmental. And yeah, your people aren't afraid to tell you like their deepest, darkest secrets or what they're attached to, their attachments. They see you as somebody who is like, well, you know, I have ghosts. I have attachments myself. I've been through this. I've been through the ringer. I kind of understand. I know how to break out of that situation. Two of Wands here. Two of Wands is kind of like, it's interesting that it comes in reverse, because it would be like going along with that goal-oriented or kind of like plotting. But I feel like it's, you know, because Queen of Swords, these aren't true like reversals. They're coming in as more of a, because they're more independent cards, and they're coming in as like, yes, I am goal oriented, and yes, I am plotting to kind of like take over the world, but I'm not doing that for myself. I'm doing that for like the good of others. I'm doing that because I am being open to what everybody needs. You know, kind of like a really involvement in your community, kind of like a really openness to the community. And it's interesting too, like this Queen of Swords, because she's like up here, she's kind of like above it all. And I'm not getting, it's more of like this Four of Cups vibes, where you're in the trenches with the people around you. Like they feel like they can count on you. They feel like, yes, you did have like that hero energy, but you're in the trenches with them. You're in there battling with them. You had your own, you have your own past. You have your own battles. And that's what makes you so special. That that they can relate to you. You're very relatable. So it's kind of like that hero archetype, but it's almost like the anti-hero. Oh, interesting. The Taylor Swift's anti-hero, where it's me, I'm the problem, it's me. It's just because you have done so much work on yourself, like that comes through, and you're very authentic. That in a situation, like you would blame yourself first. And that there's like an openness there that other people see and they appreciate. So, and I guess, you know, everybody wants to know how they're seen, obviously, because that's why you're watching this video. But in all of my readings, nothing is necessarily romantic. And I thought, I don't know, I guess I thought that this would be more romantic going into it, but that's okay. Our next section is, I'm going to put out each of the signs, and then we're going to see what each of the signs think of you. So if you are looking to make a connection with somebody, you can see like maybe if it's more romantic connection, it's leading that way, or if there's some barriers to that, there's some, you know, that we need, and we'll get some advice on if you want to make a connection with somebody, maybe, and it could even be just, you know, your work situation, a coworker or a friend, or, you know, your husband of 20 years. We'll see what the energy currently is with their sign, okay? All right, group 3, this is what I mean by a relationship grid, just a grid of the different signs. So if you know your person or your coworker or your friend's sun sign, which is probably what you would know, that's usually when people say I'm a Gemini, they know that when they were born, the birth date for Geminis, but you could also do a fuller picture if you know their moon and rising sign, and you would need to know their date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth, and put it into a calculator to know that, and then you get kind of a full picture of what's going on. And we should definitely normalize asking people their date of birth, time of birth, and location. We need that kind of energy in our lives. So Aries sees you as this, it's interesting, we have the Queen of Swords again that comes out here, Aries. So there's a wise energy about the Queen of Swords, but there's also like a boundary. So where other people may see you as open to new things, Aries might be encountering some kind of boundary. So if you're trying to start a relationship with Aries, you might want to prod that along a little bit and let them know you're interested, because right now they're just seeing as somebody very logical, somebody who's very thoughtful, but somebody who maybe isn't necessarily invested in a relationship. However, there is this butterfly here, so there's that hope, there's that possible evolution, and they do like your mystical energy. And right away, Taurus comes out here with the Fool. So Taurus would love to start something new with you. They would love to, there's a lot of potential in the Fool. The Fool is like the beginning of something great, great potential. Like it's sunny skies, sunny day. We've got our little friend, the dog. We're not even looking at the pitfalls. We're not looking at the negative because we're so excited about the brand new thing. And it's interesting because we do have a relationship between this person and the Fool and his dog, who's very faithful to him. So it looks like very positive working energy between you and Taurus. Group 3 and Gemini. Group 3 and Gemini, we have the Six of Wands. So certainly some fire energy here, some passion, and they're passionate about you as a person. Like they want to like hold you up. They want to like put you on a pedestal a little bit. They want to share your victories. So if you're in a relationship with Gemini, looks very good. And they would like you to notice them and share their victories as well. You, Group 3 and Cancer, we get, this is the Chariot. Interesting that, let's put it on camera here. It's interesting that the Chariot comes out for Cancer because the Chariot is ruled by Cancer. So they see themselves in you in some way, which is always good in a relationship. We want to be reflected back as ourselves, or they definitely feel like you appreciate them and see them. That you guys could be opposites, but you work together really well. You go together, you're on the same page, and you're going in the same direction, and it could be moving very fast. It's interesting also, the Chariot, and it's ruled by Cancer because we talk about movement in the Chariot and moving very fast, but it's usually a kind of like an emotional movement. So very positive there with Cancer. And then we have Leo. Okay, Leo, kind of, they see you as somebody who's kind of like in your own head, trapped in your own emotions, trapped in your own kind of thing. Either they see you as that, or the relationship with you is that. And it doesn't seem like it's kind of seems stuck, and it doesn't really seem like it's going anywhere. And the only problem is self-imposed issues, self-imposed problems. So maybe overthinking, a little bit of overthinking, and limiting beliefs, limitations that are being put on you in Leo. And like a limiting belief with relationship wise would be, you guys are different religions, and for some reason they think that it can't work out because of that. Or, you know, you're different cities and it can't work out because of that. And it's about seeing those challenges, taking off that blindfold, seeing those challenges and moving past that and finding common ground with a Leo. It could also be in a work relationship too. If your Leo is your boss, for example, and you want a promotion. Maybe they don't see you outside of your current role, and you need to figure out ways so that they can see you differently than the way that you're appearing right now. And then Virgo, we kind of got Virgo hidden here. You and Virgo, wow, things are just flying out. Virgo can see some like competition between the two of you. So there might be some friendly sparring back and forth. Be careful that it doesn't get too spirited or too crazy. This is Wands energy, so it can be very passionate. It can be kind of fun. It can be like a friendly competition. Virgo, in a work situation, you guys could be competing over, you know, like sales goals or some sort of like, you know, whatever you keep paying for at work, like, and just be careful that it doesn't get too carried away. In a relationship, it is fun to kind of go back and forth, but make sure that you kind of like return it back to feelings in some way. But passion is always good. Just again, careful that it doesn't get too carried away and that you hurt somebody's feelings. Libra and group 3. Libra and group 3, we get the Magician. The Magician is a master manifester. The Magician also has all of the tools available. Again, that magical, that mystic kind of vibe coming in, that way people see you. Your Libra sees you as somebody who's very magical and very powerful. So just be aware. Scorpio. Scorpio, how does Scorpio see our group 3? All that. Whew, the cards are like, wanted to be reset a little bit. Scorpio wants to elevate this, and it's very interesting, especially in this card, because we always have the angel. This is Gabriel calling you to like a higher calling. So it's a level up. It's an elevation. It's from where you are. It's kind of like a resurrection. It's a spiritual calling. So, but this one in particular is very interesting because underneath the clouds, it seems all kind of like stormy. But your Scorpio sees the long view. The Scorpio would like to level things up. Would like to go further with you. It's almost like the opposite of kind of this vibe where things are closed down and they don't see any potential. This one is like, yeah, wide open potential between you and Scorpio. So for group 3 and Sagittarius, we get, this is the Queen of Pentacles. Excellent working situation with Sagittarius. They really see you as somebody who has it all together, who knows what they're doing. Kind of like sugar mama energy. But the Queen of Pentacles also balances out her work situation and her home situation. So she brings home the bacon, fries it up in a pan, and it's a beautiful, loving kind of energy. So that's really great. So even if you're a masculine, that's okay. They see you as somebody who can be, and in fact, it's almost better if you're masculine because they see you as somebody who can be loving as well as somebody who can take care of yourself financially, but also take care of others emotionally as well. So Capricorn, how does Capricorn see our group 3? Ooh, Capricorn sees everything in group 3. Like in a relationship, this is how we would want to see you. But of course, this could be just somebody like a Capricorn who's a friend who looks in on social media and they think that you have the perfect life. So if your Capricorn is somebody who you'd like to have a relationship with or is your partner, they feel like you guys are building the perfect life together. They feel like you guys are on the same page and you're going after the same things. If this is your boss or coworker, you guys, like they think that you have a happy home life and they're very positive energy all around with how Capricorn sees you, group 3. Aquarius, how does Aquarius see you? Okay, Aquarius sees you as somebody who will stand up to things. That's definitely that hero vibe, that hero archetype coming through. You'll stand up to what is wrong. When things are moving too fast, you're like the one who's like, wait a sec, calm it down. Let's be a little bit more logical. Capricorn may want to accelerate things between you though, because it's a very passionate card. So they want to bring in passion. So if you want to start something this is Aquarius. You want to start something with Aquarius, your relationship with Aquarius, they think that you're the one cooling things off. So if you're wondering like what's off, you need to get some communication going because the vibes are off. They want to accelerate things. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're fine with the way that things are, but I'm just telling you how they're seeing it. They're seeing you as somebody who's slowing things down when they want to hit the accelerator. And Pisces and our group 3. Oh, we get the moon. It's interesting that this is black and white. mysterious with Pisces right now. We're not exactly sure which way to go, which road to go. Pisces and the moon. So Pisces needs a little bit more definition. They need more definition about your relationship. Where's it going? Because they're not really sure. It's a big mystery to them. So if Pisces is somebody you want to get something rolling with, you want to get something going with, they are not really, they don't have a really good, they don't really have a very good feel about where you are with the relationship. It's kind of in the it's very murky. It's murky waters. They don't really see it. They don't really see where it's going. They don't really know where this is going. It could have potential. It could not have potential. It's like it's not bright and sunny and beautiful like this. It's dark, and I'm not really sure where this is going over here with Pisces. So that's what I have for you, group 3. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being here, and let me know if this was helpful. I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3. Those of you who picked the Septarian egg, you are in the right spot. I know you're not seeing your tarot deck. That's okay. It's right here. We'll get it out in a moment. We're going to get these cards out first and see what they have to tell us. And we'll get the tarot cards out, and then we are going to do a relationship grid. So what's been really interesting is that none of these, like, you know, usually we want to know what people think about us in relation, you know, because relationships between people, we want to know what's going on. Nothing has been really pointing to love until we get into kind of that relationship grid, that grid that I get out between the signs. So if you're looking for love, that is where we'll get the most information and advice and stuff to go on with. But right now, let's look at these cards. So what's really fun here is you've got patience and patience. That's really interesting. It's interesting that this is a patience card because I almost see it as kind of a visionary card. Like, and I think that to have patience, to be a visionary, you kind of have to have patience too. But I think they go hand in hand. And like, you can see something special in other people, and and you're open to allowing that. I think you're somebody who will go into, like, you will sit down with children and help them out with doing things. You will sit down, you know, you'll at a party or something, you'll see a cat or a dog, and you'll just wait there for them to come and see you and notice you and come up to you. You're very open to that. There's a certain amount of kindness there. We got Queen and Dreamer. I was gonna say, when I saw this, it's kind of funny because I see chaos and conflict. Like, that doesn't bother you. I think you're okay with a little bit of drama going on. Maybe you're not a big fan of necessarily drama going on with you, but if there's drama around, you're like, that's interesting. I kind of want to see where this goes, or what's going on, or what's the gossip, what's going on with that. But certainly this Dreamer here with that visionary, and then the patience for sure. You're willing to let things progress. And I feel like letting go and this chaos and conflict thing go together as well, because in this chaos and conflict, you can see this is a zebra, and the zebra at first has, well, you know, there's the zebra stripes underneath, but on top of that is the markings of a giraffe. So I feel like you're somebody who also maybe you don't feel like you fit in, but you certainly, like, other people around you feel like you do. There's at least enough things that you can go into a situation and speak about, or at least, you know, to, like, be quiet and let somebody else speak, where they feel like, you know, whatever situation you're in, you're somebody who just, like, fits in. And the chaos and conflict here, I feel like, you know, a chaotic situation, and you just go in it and you kind of own it and you make it your own. You just maybe internally and inside, which is kind of what I'm getting here. You don't feel like you know what's going on, but you're just like, oh, I guess fake it till I make it. Let's see how this comes out. Let's talk about the Queen and the Dreamer. So interesting because it's kind of like even though like the eyes are closed here, I'm not sure that the eyes are really open on any of these, but it almost looks like in this one that he's got his hands over his eyes, but I think it's just the markings. But you know, allowing in your dreams, allowing for the dreams of others, allowing for things to progress and being open to that. I feel like you're open to listening to other people's dreams. And I also feel like you're somebody who, you know, this letting go, if something isn't working out and it's not working to your vision or your dream, you're just like, that's okay. I don't have to dwell on that. I don't have to, you know, I don't have to be in this bad relationship. I don't have to be in this bad job. It's not about my, it doesn't go with my, overall identity. You'll fake it for a while and then you'll try on new things. You're not afraid to try on new things and people see that about you. But if it doesn't work out, you're not afraid to walk away either. So Queen, take on the day with a real confidence, be a leader, use your kindness. I definitely see kindness coming out here. Use your kindness well, feel all of the strength and compassion you have. So certainly kindness, compassion, and then this confidence here. The confidence comes through in the putting yourself in different situations, not being afraid of conflict or not being afraid that, you know, this isn't going to work out. You just realize that it's part of the experience. And if it doesn't work out, you'll move on and you're okay with that. Then take on the day with a clear vision, be a storyteller, use your experience well, feel all of the belief and problem solving you have in you. Certainly a lot of problem solving, and especially with this chaos and conflict. And I think part of the experiencing new things might be part of your evolution here to a storyteller. So you experience all these things so you're able to share them with others. So I'm not sure that you see yourself as a storyteller or others see you as that, but it's kind of something that's coming through here is something maybe new for you, to start putting stories together, or that when you put stories together, people really pay attention. So that might be something you would want to focus on to push forward with, whether that is, you know, just a little story that you put on Facebook. Like, people really pay attention to it and they enjoy it because they see you as somebody who is really brave. Letting go. I don't dwell on bad things that happened. I let things go because I have enough heavy things to carry around. And also grudges are not a great look. So I feel like you're somebody who will give people a second chance. It doesn't mean that people don't upset you. It doesn't mean that you don't get angry for a moment, but I you know, that big picture kind of dreamer thing comes through and you're like, okay, I've evolved. I'm sure this person can evolve too, and I'll give them a second chance. And that's part of also the patience, that you're willing to see things through, that you're willing to grow things, something from a seed. Like you definitely see the potential in like a seed or in people, and you like planting seeds and you like leading by example and you like helping others. Patience, congratulations, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it anyway, right away, or much, much later. Wait a long time. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading. So yeah, you're listening to me read this patience card. And there you go. I see you with a lot of great patience too. Let's get out some tarot cards and see what they have to tell us. As I'm picking these up, I'm also feeling like a really like fun energy from you. Wistful, that's an interesting word. It's not one that I use all the time. So very definitely wistful energy. So I feel like other people feel that from you as well. Let's see, what else can you tell us about the energy of group number 4? How do other people see them? Ooh. Oh, okay. We'll just take them all, right? Definitely brave. A lot of bravery is coming out here. The Ten of Swords talks about release and letting go. So does the Two of Wands here in reverse. You're not afraid to, again, both of these are kind of, and they look similar too in the way that, you know, we've got like these pillars here, kind of obstacles before us. And I'm just looking at the geometry here that you're not afraid to let go of things, but you're also not afraid to stand up for what is right. And you stand out for sure. You stand out with your passion and what you like and appreciate. You stand out in, the Seven of Pentacles comes up. I was talking about a seed, about letting things grow, about that patience. Like Seven of Pentacles talks about patience, chaos and conflict here. The Seven of Wands is you just like stood up for something and now people are questioning you. You're not afraid to answer questions because you're a leader. You stand out in that way. But the energy, your leadership energy feels fresh. Like it's not like, you know, you're just doing something because all of those people before you have done it and that's the way it's supposed to be done. You have, you know, you're doing things because it's exciting and fresh to you. Seven of Wands often looks like they're beat up a little bit. And this, though, you definitely come in confidence. Like if you believe something, you have it, like you have this conviction about it. And the passion definitely comes through. And then, like I said, with the Ten of Wands or the Ten of Swords and the Two of Wands, you will forgive. Somebody who may have said things behind your back, you're pretty open to, if they come to you and you guys reach an understanding, that you'll let that go. It's not something that you're going to carry on because it's not worth it. It's not worth it to you. It's not worth it to carry on with that conflict. But they need to know where you stand, and you'll let them know where you stand. And again, with the leadership here with the Seven of Wands, it's like, don't come at me. I'm gonna tell you that I don't appreciate that. And then, you know, it opens up that conversation for you guys to talk and have that mutual understanding. But you know, because you have that kindness underneath it, I feel like that's why, because sometimes the Seven of Wands energy can seem combative. I don't think you seem combative. You just seemed like you have convictions. You seem like, this is what I think. This is why I think it. This is what I'm excited about. And this is what we're going for. And certainly like the Wands energy can talk about that adventurous spirit that's underneath. But still you come across as grounded and willing to just let things mature, let things grow. You're not, you don't try to necessarily force it. So that's what, and I think the Two of Wands, if it was upright, it would be more of a forceful energy. And you're just allowing. It's not necessarily that you have to have, you know, a particular plan, that things have to go to plan. I don't even know if you really are necessarily that big of a planner. You just are more of a kind of allower. But allow with patience, allow with a vision, and I think you like surprises in that way. Like you would be open to the universe surprising you, and you just are going about it very joyfully. You're very happy to open things up to allowing. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that we need to say before we move on to the relationship grid. And I think I covered it. So let's get to that grid. All right. So with all the readings, like the oracle cards and the tarot cards, like there was nothing necessarily romantic about the way that people see you. And you know, I'm being general with that. So I guess I'm not surprised. However, I think that a lot of people are looking for, you know, they want to know how they're seen so that they can, you know, do something with their relationships. So that's why I have this relationship grid. This can be between your friends, family, co-workers, if you know their sun sign. Generally it relates to their sun sign. If you want to do a relationship or learn more about yourself, usually we know their sun, moon, and rising. And that would be that you would need to know their day of birth, their time of birth, and where they were born. And then you can put that into a little calculator and get the calculation for sun, moon, and rising. And then you can pay attention to the 3 of those to get the full picture. And but let's see what we got here. So Aries, how does Aries view group 4? Aries viewing group 4. Aries sees you as somebody who's very strong and in control. This is the Strength card. The person who's strong here is this woman who is accompanying this lion, because the lion is following her. She's able to tame that beast. And so Aries would be interested in working with you. I think they would see, because I would think that they would be like the beast in this situation, and they would see you as somebody who can come in and help them out and tame their anxieties and their questions. So it would be great in a relationship, any type of relationship, friendship, or even a working relationship, because they're working together, they're moving forward together, and the Aries really likes and respects you. Taurus, how does Taurus see you? So this is the Ace of Wands. You know, you had a lot of Wands energy. You had a lot of that fire, a lot of passion. I think Taurus has a crush on you. If you have, you know, or they certainly think very highly of you. They would like to start new things with you. They would like to do new things with you. Whether that, and probably more on like a mutual respect is coming out, but mutual, respect and admiration, but that's not what I'm going for. Mutual things that you know, like, shared talents, shared, you know, they want to have shared experiences with you, and they're not afraid to start something new. Gemini, this is the King of Swords. So Gemini is air energy, swords energies. Gemini sees you as somebody who's very much in control of your thoughts and your mind. I think they respect what you have to say, and that's big for a Gemini. So if you're looking to start a relationship with a Gemini, Gemini would be open to it, because Gemini excuse me, loves to get that feedback. They love to get that mental stimulus. So they see you as very mentally stimulating. Cancer. How does Cancer view group 4? Just one card. Just one card. Okay. Okay. Mysterious. That's why there was like a bunch of cards coming out, because the Cancer, it's interesting that we also, this is the moon, we have Cancer. Cancer is emotions. Cancer may see you as maybe a little standoffish. They don't really know how to read your energy. It's a little bit of a mystery to them. They don't know if you're wild or tame. They don't know if you're safe. It's almost kind of like this this chaos and conflict. They don't know if you're safe or if you're chaotic. It's just really a little murky, and they're not really sure if they can trust their intuition about you. So if you have a Cancer in your life, whether that is a family member, friend, coworker, or it's somebody you want to start a relationship with, you need to open up lines of communication. You need to let Cancer tell you how they feel about situations, and be open to that. And you might need need to be the one to initiate that, because right now I'm not sure that they feel like that's safe to tell you things. So if you want to speak to Cancer, you need to let them know that you're a safe person and you are on their level and you would want to speak to them about stuff. Leo, how does Leo see our group 4? How does Leo see group 4? Okay, we'll take both of these. Yeah, it's Leo really likes you. You know, what is that? Netflix and chill, because this is kind of like that and chill card. So the Fool and chill, start something new and chill. They are really into you, Leo is. They see a lot of potential here, and they get excited about your vibe, and then there's something about you that puts them at ease as well. So Virgo and our group 4, how does Virgo sees you as somebody who's very generous. This is the 6 of Pentacles. You're very generous, but it's like a reciprocal energy. Virgo would be willing to, there's a back and forth. So if you have a Virgo in your life, like this would be a great, even though this is Pentacles or coins, this is still a great energy for like a relationship, because it's definitely a back and forth. They see you as being strong when they're weak, and them stepping up and being strong when you're weak. It's a great reciprocal relationship, and the generosity is certainly there. So that's good. And then we've got, this is Libra here. I just want to show you what that is underneath there. I know what it is, but Libra and our group 4, there can be some conflicts and certainly some competition. Could be like sibling rivalry type competition, could be competition. Like it starts off friendly. It has the potential to not be friendly. So you want to be careful. It could be like, even if you're in a close relationship with this person, friend or a romantic partner, that like gentle barbing back and forth, but you want to make sure that you know them well and that they're receptive to that, and their mood is receptive to that, even if it's something that you do back and forth, because this can turn, like this guy is getting, these people are kind of like having fun, and then this guy is like getting overzealous and like, oh, you shouldn't have gone that far. That was a little bit too much. So you just want to be careful in this competition or this back and forth. Some people like thrive off of that type of energy. It certainly is like, it's Wands energy, so it's talking about things that you're passionate about, and you should be able to talk about things that you're passionate about. Now, you might not see everything eye to eye with your Libra, and as long as you're okay to agree to disagree, perfect. But if somebody can't leave it, that's when we might have an issue, or somebody who might always want to have that last word. So just be careful with the Libra, because they certainly want to express how the things that are on their mind and their passions, and it may be in conflict with yours, or that friendly competition there, co-worker wise. You just want to make sure that it's friendly, because this can be turned from friends to frenemies pretty quick. Scorpio. How does Scorpio feel about our number 4? Scorpio, you know, you might bring up some past hurt with Scorpio. Either you have a past relationship with Scorpio and things have progressed and moved on, or they are kind of reliving kind of like a karmic relationship. This is the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is a movement, but it's a movement away. It's a movement from some sort of conflict. It's a movement from this conflict. So if this gets too out of whack, this is what happens. People leave, people go away. So right now, just the energy with Scorpio is they're kind of like, something hurt them, something harmed them. may not have even been intentional on your side, and it may not even be necessarily your fault. Scorpio is one of those that, you know, we've got this river, we've got this waterfall. Scorpio's the waterfall there. These are our water signs. These are our emotional signs. So if Scorpio feels off, if Scorpio feels like they have pulled away from you, you might want to investigate their feelings and question why it's different. Question why they've pulled away. Sagittarius, let's see, our group 4 and Sagittarius. What kind of energy do we have for group 4 and Sagittarius? Interesting. We have the 8 of Cups. See, let's keep it on camera. Both of these cards, the 7 of Swords and the 8 of Cups, both of them are about walking away, moving away. Interesting that it comes in with Sagittarius. So there's something, but it's emotional over here. And I said it was emotional here mostly because it's Scorpio involved, because everything is emotional with Scorpio. Sorry, Scorpios, but you know it's true. They will take things very emotionally that has been said or thoughts, okay? Over here with Sagittarius, something isn't jiving right with their emotions. So it may not even be something that you intended, but if you have a Sagittarius in your life who's pulling away, it feels like it is because of some emotional thing going on. May not even have to deal with you, but they are not happy with the current trajectory of their life. So just be mindful of that type of energy and what you can do and how you can help with that. And again, with your cards before, where you're not afraid to jump into chaos and conflict, you can investigate and be open to investigating it without, well, hopefully making it better, and have the patience for your Sagittarius to return. Capricorn, whoa, that just like flew out right over Capricorn. So interesting, because I think we had the 9 of Swords over Capricorn in another reading. Capricorn just does not seem like they are very grounded as they should be. Usually Capricorn, you know, there might be something about you that is intimidating to them. There might be something about you that knocks them off of their game and gets them out of their comfort zone a little bit here with the 9 of Swords. Now, the great thing about the 9 of Swords, it doesn't look that great, does it? We've got all of these swords like pointed at this person, but it's their thoughts. There's something going on in their mind, but it is about to hit a breaking point. And with that, and with your ability to release, I think you could be really helpful in conversations with your Capricorn. Aquarius and group 4. Aquarius and group 4. And something else, let's go back here, sorry. Capricorn, you might actually be a Capricorn, and you may have some intrusive thoughts, or maybe not the best thoughts about yourself, and this is your sign to release it. So just for my Cappies who picked group 4, we need to let go of that anxiety or the questioning of yourself, okay? So Aquarius, there are a lot of opportunities here. Aquarius sees a lot of different directions of where this could go. This is amazing. Like, Aquarius is like open. Aquarius is an out-of-the-box thinker. Aquarius is like open to all sorts of different possibilities, and I think that you really get their ideas flowing in a really great way. Like, this person is kind of like, questioning this, but Aquarius would love to question that. And, excuse me. So all sorts of possibilities with Aquarius. They're down to be friends with you, work with you. They just see all sorts of avenues open. You though, if you know where you want to go with Aquarius, you might want to like guide it in that direction. If it's the friend zone or if it is, you know, something more, you have to let them know, because right now they're not quite sure. They don't quite have that visionary, that vision that you do, and they may not have the patience that you do. All right, and finally, Pisces with group of 4. How does Pisces see you? Pisces sees you as moving into a specific direction. Pisces sees you as somebody who's very decisive and knows where they want to go. And again, I like this standing on this pillar here. It goes back to you know, that confidence, that leadership, that queen energy that you have. It's interesting that, you know, usually this card is blindfolded. That happens, but usually the swords are kind of like crossed because there's a crossroads, but this one is pointing in a specific direction. So I think that Pisces sees you as somebody who's confident and who knows themselves and who knows where they're going and what they're doing, and I think they appreciate that about you. Now, if Pisces, now that's how they see you, and they might see you like moving in a different direction than you actually are. So just be aware of that, because if your Pisces sees you as decisive. So if they are not making moves to be in a relationship with you and that's what you want, like they think that that's what you've decided. So you need to circle back and have conversations and open communications with them about that. They see you as somebody who steps up and takes responsibility. So Pisces would trust you in work situations and in friendship situations. And Pisces was probably the person in like a friend group who's like, you ask where they want to go and what they want to do, and they're like, I don't know, I just want to hang out. You decide. And they have you do all the decisions because they see you as somebody who makes decisions. You're a decision maker. You're decisive. So that is what I have for you, group 4. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I will, let me know if this resonates with you, if you like this kind of reading, if you like this grid. And I'll see you in the next reading. Thank you.